So today I wanted to remake a nail that I did probably about a year ago, which is this one. It's got a kind of a cool effect to it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set that aside for now. First I gotta prep this nail. I like to add base coats. You don't really need to do it when you're doing it on these sample nails, but I like to do it just to keep myself remembering to do it when I actually need to. And the design will stick a little bit better. I'm gonna put that in and cure it for 30 seconds. And I think what I'm gonna do this time, I'm gonna go over the process of doing a chrome as well. And this here is just a really pretty, almost holographic chrome. And you're gonna wanna do your color. When you're applying your color, you wanna do thin coats. I start down here first. That way when I go up here, it's easier to glide through. Make sure it levels out. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to let that cure for 60 seconds. I forgot to mention all the gel products I'm using today are from Valentino Beauty Pure. This is their white. I don't have a number on the bottom of it, but I believe it's 049. Not positive. I'm also going to be using for my line work, like in this one, I'm going to use red, which is 002. And then of course I have my top and my base coat. So I'm going to do another layer of my white. Their colors are super opaque, but with white, well, most of the colors like white and black and stuff like that, you want to do two coats, two thin coats, just to get a good true color. I need more on my brush. And when you're doing a chrome, you want to make sure you got it nice and even, because as soon as you put that chrome down, it's going to show all your imperfections. So I get a little picky and I try to make sure it's completely even. Sometimes I'll flip it upside down and let it kind of self-level itself. And it looks pretty good. So I'm going to cure that for another 60 seconds. Once that's done, you can see I got a nice even coat of white. So I'm going to grab my top coat, because when you're doing a chrome, you want a non-wipe top coat, and that's what this is. coat your whole nail. And again, when you're doing this, you want to make sure you've got no ridges and stuff like that, because if you do, the chrome is going to show all your ridges. Okay. Now, when you cure your top coat, you only want to cure for 20 seconds. And the reason being is if you give it a full 60-second cure, which is what this top coat usually requires, the chrome won't stick. So 20 seconds is usually my go-to. And then it's cured enough to where it's not going to smear. But that's my chrome. And you take your sponge, and you don't need a lot. Oh. Just rub it in. I'm going to get that out of the way. Take this and get any excess dust off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in there for another 30 seconds. And I'm going to let that cure. Give it a full cure, and then I'll do the process of top coat after the fact. And when you're done doing your chrome, you want to do a layer of base and then another layer of top coat. Mind my nails, they look crusty. So I'm going to do a layer of base coat, and this will seal the chrome in. And if you're doing this on a regular basis, what you're going to notice, can't really tell, but you're going to get glitter and chrome powder and stuff like that in your base and your top coats. So you're going to want to have like a separate base and top coat for your glitter art and stuff like that. So after you get the base coat on, I'm going to cure it for another 30 seconds. And then when that base coat is done, I don't know if you can see the effect, but it's a like really pretty pearlescent almost effect. And we're going to do a top coat. My top coat's getting low. These products are the best ones on the market right now, I believe anyways. I know other people would probably argue with me, but for me, these ones have been the best. So we're going to cure this. Their top coat takes a 60-second cure, so I'm going to let that be for 60 seconds. But anyways, their products, this red especially, has been one of my favorites. They're very pigmented, and they last so long. I mean, you could do a gel polish manicure and it would last probably a good 3 weeks before you'd have to do, you know, without chipping and stuff like that. So, all right, so I have my art palette, and I don't want to put any gel on it quite yet because my light is going. And that's another thing, when you're doing work with gel polish, you want to make sure you don't get your brushes. So like my brush here, you don't want to have gel on it and then accidentally have it sitting here where the light is going to cure it, because that kills your brush very quickly and you'll have to buy new brushes, which gets expensive. So that is done. And when you take, or your client takes their hands out of the light after curing the top coat, do not touch it. Give it a minute, let it cool down, because what it is, it's still hot when you take it out of the lamp, and if you go and you touch it like that, it's going to smear and you're going to get fingerprints. Their top coat is super, super glossy, so if you just let it sit and cool down for a sec, it'll be super pretty. But I love that pearlescent effect. So I'm going to take a little glob of my red. Yep. Put my little cap back on. So I got a little glob of my red. You don't need much. I always overdo it. With your dotting tool, I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to work my way down. I'm going to do slightly bigger squares this time. And then I'm going to work my way on either side of these dots. Trying to be as even as possible. And you do not want to cure this just yet. So then you're going to come in with your liner brush. And the best way to coat your brush is you drag it. Because if you just do this, you're going to get big globs. Like that. But if you drag, so it's nice and even. So you drag it through, and you're going to start here from this side, do a little swoosh, and come down to this side. And you can do that again. And you're going to basically repeat that the whole way. You don't want a lot on your brush. drag and swoosh down. Then you're going to go over here and do the same thing, starting over on this side, and then you're going to finish there. And again. Oops. So put another little dot right there. And then you're gonna just keep going. You get down to parts like this and you just kind of go off the edge there a little bit. And then you do the same over on this side. And again, you can't cure it quite yet, so you gotta be careful not to touch it. Oops. Okay, so those are your vertical lines. Now you want to go horizontal. So basically you're going to do the same thing, only you're starting up here, swoosh, and finish there. You start up here, swoosh, and finish there. And we'll come over to the other side. It'll be a little awkward, so I'm just going to hold it like this. And just do that. Start there. And that. There. I got that illusion there, so I'm just gonna kind of finish these lines just a little bit right here so that it's flush to the edge. Then I want to come over here and just kind of drag just a little bit, just so that it's right up to the edge. There. And then I am going to cure that for 60 seconds. gel out of the way so I don't accidentally cure it. So this is what we got. Nice little optical illusion kind of thing. And we're going to come in with another layer of top coat to seal it all in. And then you get that another 60-second cure. And there it is. Kind of cool. Not exactly lattice, but it's different. And again, when you top coat, you want to make sure you don't touch it until it's cooled down. This one I did using Urban Graffiti polishes, which is bought through Neo Nails. But like I said, I much prefer my Valentino. And that pearlescent effect gives it a nice shimmer. I don't know, which one do you think you like best? My black and white or my red with pearlescent? Make sure you click like and subscribe for more content. See you later.